In the scam home warranty business, the people are represented by two separate but equally lazy groups: the authorization agents who deny claims and smoke like chimneys, and the technicians who lie through their teeth to snag a few extra bucks. These are their stories. Scam Home Warranty proudly presents the Top 5 Dirtiest Techs, Part 3. Number 5. I never said that. It's a dreary day in May. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep the night before, and I go into the office at 6 a.m. for lack of anything better to do. Not a moment after logging into my workstation, my phone rings. Looks like someone was calling in all morning, getting the answering service, and decided it was better to just keep calling rather than wait for normal business hours. Scam Home Warranty, good morning, you got a claim for me? The office manager spat. About time somebody in auth picked up. Open up claim number. Oh, it's going to be one of those calls? I said internally. Okay, I have the claim open right now. Looks like it's closed approved. Are you having trouble billing out? The office manager replied, Yes, the auth number y'all gave me isn't working. I said the claim is billable under auth. You wouldn't need an auth number to bill on it. She said, So when I'm on my portal going to bill out, the very first field to enter after claim number is auth number. I said, That sounds like a vendor relations question, but I've heard you can just leave that line blank. She said, Okay, smartass, I'll do that right now. Excellent, I said, about to hang up the phone. Have a good. And then she interrupted me. Oh no, it's bouncing back saying I need an auth number to bill out for that amount. I was pretty sure I knew what was going on, but I had to ask anyway. What is the amount that you're trying to bill out for? $200, she said. I said, Yes, you would need an auth number to bill out for $200. She replied, Then why did you just say to me that I could bill out without one, huh? I'm recording this call, so you better choose your words carefully because you're sounding like an asshole. I replied dully, All calls are recorded, whether outgoing or incoming. Furthermore, New Jersey is a one-party consent state, so even if you wanted to try and change the recording for some reason, our copy would remain unmanipulated. Please refrain from using unprofessional language on the line, she replied curtly. I've been perfectly professional. You're the agent who's been cursing at me this entire call. Also, I never said I was recording it. I have no idea where you're getting that from. I was more perplexed than angry at this point. You just said you were recording and then cursed at me. She screamed, No, I didn't. I said, Are you okay? She said, Fine, how are you? I'm barely awake, but I'm here anyway. Do you need a minute or two to collect your thoughts? I'm a little worried at this point. Oh, you should be worried, she said. Just wait until your boss hears this conversation. Better start cleaning out your desk now. All right, I flagged your claim to have a vendor relations follow-up phone call when they get in the office regarding the billing issues you're experiencing. Before I hang up on you, what's my auth number? They will be better equipped to answer that question than myself. Please have a good day. Click. The epilogue to this claim is that there were notes on it from vendor relations indicating the tech wasn't actually recording, but she did try to manipulate the facts of the call, claiming that I had given her auth for $200. My notes on the claim just read the tech needed help billing out, so she ended up demanding we pull the call. I have no idea if they actually did pull that call, but I really didn't care at that point. It was just such a crazy situation, I didn't want to deal with it anymore. Number 4. You want to lie about the details of a call that didn't end the way you wanted and try to get me fired? Yawn. Must be Monday. One day, a customer's own technician called in demanding an authorization number. After some time, he finally tells me to claim and I'm able to pull it up. Technician said, What's my authorization number for the job? I finished it yesterday and you need to get that check out to the customer ASAP. I notated very quickly, work done without authorization in huge letters on the claim. Okay. Let's go over the facts of the claim. We need that model, serial number, type of failure, repairs that are needed, and all that stuff before we can move forward. The technician answered all the questions, and I filled out the form like normal, even though I'd already flagged it for denial. At the end of this, the technician asked again, So what's my auth number? Now, if it was our tech, I'd tell them if it was denied or not, but when it's a customer's own tech, we flag somebody in customer service to explain it to them. So I just told him it's currently under review. Customer will be informed of our determination in a day or two. Tech said, Bullshit. Work's done. You pay up now. I said, Unfortunately, we have to review the claim before determining any. Click. The tech had hung up on me. The next day, I got an email from my boss's boss. We need to talk about claim number. I replied quickly, work done without authorization, open and shut claim. What do we need to talk about? My boss's boss said, that technician blew up our email saying you lied to him about denying the claim, that you said it was covered and he was fine to complete the repairs. He says he didn't touch the unit until you told him it was covered. Oh, and he says that you gave him a fake authorization number. I replied, simply pull the call. My boss's boss replied, yeah, we will pull that call, but as a professional courtesy, I'm letting you come clean if you handled the claim that way to force a denial. I said, pull the call. The next day, my boss's boss grabbed me at my desk. I'm going in the vice president's office to pull that call right now. This is your last chance to be honest about it. I replied, pull the call. About an hour later, my boss's boss is back at my desk. Hey, thank you for being so cool about all this, but that tech swore up and down that he didn't touch that unit until you said it was covered, and the customer backed him up. They made it sound so convincing. They swore that that wasn't done until you told them it was. Number 3. The condensing fan motor of convenience and the golden gauges. I hadn't slept in days, and I was gripping an ice cold monster I'd gotten from the vending machine, trying to keep it together but having very little luck. A call came in from Texas. I grabbed the claim number and off we go. Technician gave me the model serial and the other 14 questions we ask on every AC unit. I said okay after I finished typing up the diagnostic. What's it doing and what's it not doing? The tech said the condensing fan motor has failed and she's low on Freon. Pulling up the tech's profile, I said, I see you're on guide to do a quarter horsepower condensing fan motor for $400. Tech said yes, however, our price on R22 is $100 per pound. I replied, the guide price on Freon as a separate item is only applicable if it's the only thing on the invoice. A guide price of $100 includes the labor and service call fee as that is already being applied against your condensing fan motor. I cannot authorize $100 a pound on this claim. Furthermore, we will need pictures of the failed components and the coils. Snidely, the tech replied, put your boss on. I'm not getting ripped off by some kid on the phone. I'm not taking the cover off this unit without off. You want pictures? You can get them yourself. I put the tech on hold and go see my boss, who was just as tired as me since he was out doing side work last night on a residential AC unit. That gave him a headache for hours longer than it should have. My boss said immediately, where are the pictures? I said the tech refused to get pictures without off. My boss sighed. Normally we could reassign the claim, but this is out in the middle of nowhere. Hell, it would be cheaper to bring in a tech from Arizona with a 3-hour trip charge than to pay this guy. So we have no leverage on him? My boss said, I'm thinking he's lying about the Freon to pad the bill. You can't possibly know how low the unit is with the condensing fan motor out like that. Now, if we had pictures of the coils, we could expose the lie, but we don't, and we can't. So I countered, I could try a not normal denial, multiple component failures within the first 2 months of the policy, maybe a pre-existing condition too. Yeah, but he could turn around and deny the unit is low on Freon or have the customer pay him directly and then appeal the denial. And they'd have plenty of time to beat us at that point. So a denial like that would work for the call, but long term, the claim would come back from the dead. I said, I don't know what to do. This claim isn't worth the off it will need. My boss said, catch him in a lie. Get him to provide the gauge readings. If they're X, we know he's lying about the Freon. If they're Y, we know he's lying about the condensing fan motor, and that's a denial that will stick. I said, I like it. I'll go let him have it. I'm back at my desk. I take another sip of Monster, and then I throw the tech back into my headset. If you refuse to provide pictures, the only way I can move forward with the claim is if you provide the gauge reading. Tech said, sure, kid. They read Y. I typed very quickly. Excellent. So we know this is a purely Freon problem and the condensing fan motor is working correctly. Tech said, no, I didn't say all that. The condensing fan motor failed right after I took the reading on the gauge. I said, that's awfully convenient. He said, what do you want me to say, huh? The unit wasn't even on when I arrived. I threw the gauges on to get the reading and then the condensing fan motor died right then. I said, oh, so it's an electrical failure then? The condensing fan motor failed due to a power surge of some kind? Tech said, nope, I threw another cap on there just to test it and wouldn't budge. It's a mechanical failure. Motor's seized. Seized due to rust, dirt, or debris is what I'm thinking, I said. Tech said the unit is spotless. Stop wasting my time trying to deny this thing. I said pictures could resolve this matter instantly. Tech said, sure, pay me for the pictures. I'll send them right over. Otherwise, give this to some other tech. I'm sure there's plenty in town. One moment, I said, putting the tech back on hold, and I went to go see my boss once again. He said, "Did you notate the claim yet?" I said, "Yeah, refresh it." I did my best to explain his bullshit. My boss spent a couple seconds looking at the notes. "That lying son of a bitch. It's not possible the condensing fan motor failed right after the gauges got put on. That Y reading he gave you is a lie." I said, "Yeah, I know." My boss rubbed his face, trying to knock the sleep out of his eyes, in a move that I've been doing all morning. "Screw it. Cover the condensing fan motor. When he calls in with the Freon, kill it leak search. I'll notate the claim on my end for vendor relations to revise the tech's guide price down when he bills out." Now, that is a scumbag move, but, well, it's the only thing we had on the tech at this point, and I put the tech back on my line. "I have authorization for you for your condensing fan motor guide price." He said, "Text it over, but get ready to change it when I call right back." I said, "Yeah, have a good one." Click. I notated the claim. Internal authorization note. Tech is padding the bill by claiming the unit is low on Freon and lied about the condensing fan motor cause of failure. Deny claim for a leak search when he calls back. Although when the tech called back, it went to another auth guy, they messaged me immediately. "Hey, that tech is on my line freaking out, saying you authorized the Freon." I said, "Nope, not even close. Ask our boss, he'll confirm. We're denying it leak search, not covering that Freon." "Yeah, I read the notes, but now he wants to go to vendor relations and submit a complaint about you lying to techs to get free work out of them." I said, "Notate the claim as such and send him over. They can pull the call. Tech is trying to strong arm us into coverage." He said, "Yeah, I was going to do that anyway, but I've been here longer than you, right?" I said, "I'm not even here right now. I'm still at home sleeping." Epilogue. Vendor relations didn't help in the slightest, but that was his goal all along. Tech got paid for the entire job when the claim went to retention, since he got the customer to call in and cancel the policy, since apparently we were trying to lie our way out of coverage. Anyway, since retention had to off the claim, it didn't impact my auth, aside from that first one for the condensing fan motor. And it did take me a few claims to get that $400 back, but only two people know the truth of that claim, and neither of them worked at Scam Home Warranty. Story number 2. It would be cheaper to buy this customer a car than for me to fix this air conditioner. One day, my phone rang with a Texas area code. I picked it up, and I had no idea what I was about to get into. Technician started the call off with the claim number. I open up the claim, seeing that it's a realty policy with an air conditioner unit. "All right, how can I help you?" Tech said, "You going to cover this claim or not?" I said, "It's missing a lot of information on the diagnostic." Tech said, "No, it ain't. You just don't want to cover it because it's too expensive. All it says here is that it needs a blower motor. There isn't even a price listed here." Tech says, "Bullshit. That last guy didn't want to pay me for the repair, and now you're going to do the same thing." I said, "Why? What's the price?" The tech said, $3,500 parts and labor. I said, "Yeah, I can't authorize a claim like that without pictures." The tech says, "I sent in those pictures 2 days ago, just like the last guy asked. Are you playing dumb with me?" I said, "Give me a moment. I'll check the Google phone." I look at the number the tech is calling from and search the Google phone to find it. Lo and behold, there are pictures there, just like he said. The unit is spotless. There is not a denial there I can run with. "Okay," I said to the tech, "I've looked at the pictures. However, being this is a realty policy, I cannot move forward with the claim until I see the inspection report." Tech said, "Are you kidding me? They sent in the inspection report via email 4 days ago when you first tried to kill the claim." I said, "Oh, just a moment. I'll check the email then." I open up the auth inbox and I search by the claim number, and I found the inspection report pop up. Opening up the auth inbox and searching with the claim number, I found the inspection report. It was unopened. I scanned through it until I hit the HVAC section. Oh, fantastic. They did the inspection during the winter. All it says is the air conditioner looks fine, but they couldn't test it due to ambient temperature. "Okay," I said, "that inspection report looks legit, but you don't have a part number listed on the blower motor." The tech said, "Because it's an ECM. There ain't no part number on it. You gotta go through Lennox and get their proprietary number direct." I already did that on my end. That's the price whether you like it or not. I said, "Do you have the nameplate of the unit? I can use it to get in touch with Lennox." He said, "Now I know you're pulling my leg, kid. It's in the photos of the motor." I go back to the Google phone and it's right there. The last picture. I open the Google phone up again and yeah, there's the nameplate. It's the last picture, but it is perfectly visible. I get the model and serial off of the plate and I put the tech on hold and I flag my boss. However, he's busy with some new hires, so I get pointed to our most senior rep. Walking over to him, I say, "Hey, this tech says that he has an ECM motor and I have to go through Lennox to get the info on it. Do you know what he's talking about?" He replied, "Yeah, he's right. I'll email you the link to Lennox's catalog. You gotta put some elbow grease into this one. Tell me when you find the motor in there. So I get the catalog open, and it's over 1,000 pages long. The blower motor section is towards the front, so I found it pretty quick. Using the model number, I found the ECM motor, and it's about $900. Taking the tech off a hold. Okay, I'm looking at this part from Lennox, and it's $900. Where's the rest of the quote coming from? He said, son, that's just the motor. It needs the module that goes with it. Look, it would be cheaper to buy this customer a car than for me to fix this air conditioner. If you don't want to cover it, don't waste my time with this runaround. I said, give me a second. I'll try and find the module then. I open up the catalog and I don't see anything in that section for the module. I go back to the senior rep. Explaining the situation, he says immediately, he's lying to you. I said, how do you know? The rep continued, that motor comes with the module. Look. He says, scrolling a few pages down in the catalog. See, it's got that X number at the very end, right? That tells you if it comes with a module or if they're separate pieces. Furthermore, he's lying about the failure now that I think about it. I said, how in the world do you know that? He replied with a smile, I've been in this industry since your parents were in diapers. It's never both the motor and the module. Either the module craps out or the motor. Modules fail all the time, but it's usually a power surge or water damage or something. The motor, well, you know as well as I do, there's 100 reasons why those break. So either he's padding the bill by saying both broke, or he's incompetent, or there was a power surge that took him out at the same time. Stammering, I said, the pictures don't look like a surge, though. The rep pulled up the pictures for a closer inspection. Oh, look, he staged those. See that wire on the module? Looks brand new, right? Even if this unit was installed last year, that wire shouldn't look like that. I had a huge grin. So we got a dirty tech? We can prove it. I can kill the claim right here, right? He replied with a large sigh. No, that's a bridge too far. Even if we went with that denial, it just makes us look even worse, and the customer would win an appeal if it went to retention. Blaming the failure on staging a photo isn't going to stick as a denial. I replied, then what do I do? He said wryly, watch and learn. Three-way the call. I'll take it from here. Just mute yourself because you kids can't handle what's about to happen. So I took the tech off hold, muted myself, and set up the three-way. The tech said, what's the newest excuse you got now, huh? The senior rep replied, listen here, son. I know for a fact you're lying about the parts. Off guard, the tech said, no, this is just an expensive repair. Don't mean no disrespect. Look, son, I got a hold of Lennox. They're saying it ain't no more than $900 for the motor and the module. But you sound like decent folk. I'm gonna have our guys order it for you and ship it overnight down there. Just tell me what's the labor so we can get this customer back in action. Tech said, I'm gonna need $500 worth of labor. The rep replied, why do you need that much? He said, it's a flat rate for this kind of job. The rep replied, itemize that for me so that the bean counters can get off my back. Tech replied quickly, I've been out to the house 3 times now. This is already an hour-long phone call, and on top of that, this blower is installed in the attic crawl space. It's hotter than hell up there. The rep replied, now, we don't cover no attic fees. You don't get more labor for going out to the house more than once, and not one warranty company on earth pays for hold times. I got your vendor packet open, and it looks like you're $75 an hour. I'll authorize you for 4 hours of labor, total of $300 on top of the service call fee. This is the best deal you'll get at Scam Home Warranty, and I suggest that you take it. Tech said, it ain't worth my time to do this job for $300. The rep replied, so you're rejecting the job? He said, I'm rejecting that lowball. Now, this is your last chance, son. You taking my offer or not? Tech replied, pfft. The senior rep said, all right, have a good one. Click. The senior rep notated the claim thusly. Tech is dirty, trying to mark up parts over 200% and demanding labor way above market rates. Failure probably exaggerated, reassigning claim to get fresh eyes on the unit. Remove tech from system, and then tasked it to the vendor relations manager. The senior rep came back to my desk after he finished the write-up. Hey, you learn anything about this? I said, yeah, I did. He said, next time something like this happens, just remember the catalog I sent you. Could save you the highest off of your career just by bending a few pages. I said, thank you. Epilogue to the story is we got a new tech out there who took $300 with a smile on his face because we went ahead and sent him the blower motor and he didn't have to do much else but install it. The old tech was indeed removed from the system as instructed. Story number 1. The beef tenderloin and the presumptuous whirlpool. One morning, I woke to seeing snow falling outside and I got extremely excited until I remembered that Scam Home Warranty only closes if there's a statewide emergency declaration. Legend has it that during Hurricane Sandy in 2012, the office was pitch black because most of the state didn't have any power, yet people sat at their desks just in case the power came back on. So a few flurries wasn't a big deal. On my way to work, I drove past an accident on the highway, possibly related to the snow, but this is New Jersey, so who knows. And I arrived to find the parking lot neatly plowed already. My hopes for an easy day disappeared in a flash when I found the inbox to be overflowing with claims. Instinctively, I reached out my hand to take a huge swig of my coffee, but I realized in horror I hadn't gotten one on the way to work. So focused was I on the snow. Returning from the break room with a cup full of scalding water that might be distantly related to espresso, I got down to business. Somewhere around my 10th call of the day, a plumbing claim knocked the wind out of me. Scam Home Warranty to Mad King and Queen here. Do you have a claim for me? The tech replied, yeah, it's claim number. I said, are you the customer's own tech? He said, yeah. She reached out to me directly. I said, okay, can I get the name of your company and a good number for it? He replied, this number is fine. I'm Peter, probably Fake Plumbing of Davenport. I said, are you at the home right now? He said, no, that's why I'm calling you. The customer wants us to get this all pre-approved before I go out there. I need you to tell me what you do and don't cover on a whirlpool. Well, I said, I can get you over to a supervisor in customer service, but authorizations does not go over coverage with customer's own techs. Pre-auth doesn't exist. There's no pre-approval. I don't know where the customer got that idea from. The tech replied slowly, before you transfer me over to whatever department you just said, what was your name again? I didn't catch it the first time. The Mad King and Queen, I replied before transferring the technician. Notating at the bottom of the claim so that they would have something to go off of when they spoke to him, I wrote, internal auth, do not read. Tech calls once pre-auth and for us to tell him what is and isn't covered before work starts, transferring to a supervisor, tech possibly up to something. Sometimes when I go out for a smoke, I can feel my ears burning. This might be because there's a problem waiting for me back at my desk when I'm done with my break, or it could be because I listened to too much Black Sabbath in middle school. Either way, there was a problem waiting for me. The blinking light from my phone informed me that there was a call on hold waiting for me, and I picked it up with trepidation after signing back into my workstation and taking myself off break. Tech said quickly, is this the Mad King and Queen? I said, yes, it is. He asked, where's my auth number? I replied, what auth number? Tech said, don't screw around. I just got off the phone with your boss and they assured me this claim is covered. You just need to give me the code. I asked with a grin, so what's my boss's name then? Tech said, you think you're pretty smart, don't you? I said, I have the claim open and the only notes indicate that you were read the coverage section. There's nothing on this claim suggesting that it's covered. He said, then who the hell is going to pay me? I said, pay you for what? Tech said, opening up the Whirlpool wood paneling, replacing the pump, and all that tile I had to rip up to get it out of it. I said, what's your quote on that job? He said, the motor alone is $350, and I need 3 hours of labor at $90 each. I said, and that all adds up to $620, correct? He said, yeah, and it's going to be a lot more if you don't stop jerking me around. I said, so you can confirm the unit is fully operational at this time, correct? Tech said, it has been for a while now. I don't want to spend any more time sitting here answering stupid questions. Give me the auth number now. I said, it looks like we're going to be reaching out to the customer on this claim. Thank you, but we have all the information we need to make a determination. It's now under review. He said, oh, we'll see about that. Click. I tasked the following to customer service. Call customer and inform not a covered claim. Tech performed work without authorization. Scam Home Warranty has full and absolute right to determine coverage. An internal authorization note, do not read. Tech confirmed job done twice. Either the tech did the job before calling auth or in between. Either way, he didn't have authorization to make the repair. A bit later in the day, the second I clocked out for my lunch break, my boss was behind me. Ahem, he said. With reluctance, I put down my headset, picked up my cigarettes, and followed him to the parking lot. You already know what I'm about to say, my boss stated the second we were outside. I said, "It would be easier on both of us if you didn't say it in the first place." He said, "This is coming from the vice president of operations himself." I started coughing like I had gargled with broken glass that morning. "Why?" "Because retention couldn't save that multi-prop," he said with a frown. "Bullshit," I said. "That customer had one policy with us." My boss replied, "That's what I said, but they used a different name on the LLC. That's a freaking apartment complex you just killed." I said, "Please, don't make me cover this one." My boss said with a smirk, "What's in it for me?" I said, "I don't know, but I can't eat $600 this late in the day." "Well," he questioned, "are you aware of Maggiano's?" I said, "Of course, everybody knows that place." Musingly, he said, "My favorite is the beef tenderloin. Such a damn shame me and my girl never have time to stop by and pick it up ourselves after work." With a sigh, I said, "Fine." My boss beamed, "Good teamwork. Let's get back in there. Pull the trigger around 5 o'clock so it's still hot when I leave." I said, "Yeah." Epilogue. Beef tenderloin is $32 each, but after taxes, fees, and a dasher tip, I spent about $90 on my boss's dinner. And you know what? I'd do it again. That auth was way too high, and I didn't want the tech to have the satisfaction of knowing that I was the one who authorized the claim. Petty, vindictive, short-sighted? Welcome to Scam Home Warranty. I'm sure you'll do fine here. And thank you for joining us here once again for another Scam Home Warranty Top 5 video. Today's video was chosen by poll over on Reddit. Links will be in the description to each of these stories as they appeared first on Reddit before coming here. If you'd like to interact with Scam Home Warranty on other social media, we have a Twitter that you can follow, an Instagram that you can follow, a Twitch that you can subscribe to, and a Discord that you can join. We also have a Patreon, and I'd like to give special thanks to our Tier 3 patron D_B. It really means the world to me. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks for being with us from the start. If you would like to be a patron of Scam Home Warranty, only $1 a month gets you in the door. Also, there is an exclusive poll on Patreon right now, which you could vote in if you were a member. So thank you once again for joining us. I hope you learned something. I hope that you have been enjoying this Dirty Tech series, and perhaps you'll look forward to the grand finale in the next one, as there is one story that we have been saving for last. The longest story, and of course the dirtiest. Have a good one, and I'll see you all next time.